Hopefully my voice is a bit better now. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. We have just hit, I literally woke up about 20 minutes ago. We've just hit 50,000 subscribers. As soon as I woke up, we hit it. So a massive thank you to everyone here on the channel for the support. 50k, that is a lot of people. That is more than the capacity of Stamford Bridge. And I'm very, very grateful to have you guys on board. If you're not yet subscribed, be sure to do so. There's plenty more content coming out, including today. After this video, after the match tonight, there will be a match vlog for Chelsea versus Valencia. However, we're here to preview the game, but at the same time, there's been so many Chelsea versus Valencia match previews uploaded to YouTube that I thought I'd take a kind of different standpoint with this video today. Instead of just simply previewing the game against Valencia, we're going to talk about 4 things that are key in order for Chelsea to get out of their Champions League group. And of course, with Valencia being tonight, as you can see on the screen, we've got 4 different boxes. Valencia will be box number 4. We'll go into a couple of things, the key battles, and see how Chelsea can get the win tonight against the Valencia team. They are in absolute turmoil right now. They are in complete and utter chaos. Some people were saying that we were in a bit of chaos after drawing at home to Sheffield United, but basically, to keep the long story, which is quite a long story, quite short, Valencia have sacked their manager, unfairly so in the eyes of the fans and the players. The players basically refused to turn up to the Valencia new manager's press conference yesterday, which shows that there is a little bit, if not a lot, of animosity within the Valencia team and football club right now. So this could be the best time for Chelsea to be playing Valencia. There seems to be a lot of issues going on off the pitch that we don't seem to get to know too much about at this stage. But long story short, Valencia players not turning up to press conferences, posting on social media saying how unjust it was, that the ex-Valencia manager was actually fired. People aren't happy. So obviously in Frank Lampard's press conference yesterday, he said how the expectations have got to be tampered a little bit at Chelsea Football Club, and we're taking it step by step in the Champions League this season. The first expectation is, of course, to get ourselves out of this group. And if you're going to try and get out of the group, you have to be aiming to win the group, because if you win the group, you get a favourable draw in the last 16. And this is what I said in my video where I made the bold statement of why Chelsea could win the Champions League this season. Within that video, I said if you can get yourself a decent draw in the last 16, win that, get to the quarterfinals, a team like Chelsea can beat anybody in that kind of competition. Champions League football is what Chelsea come to expect. It's a special night at Stamford Bridge. The atmosphere will be absolutely incredible. And I think one of the main things that we need to rely on this season in the Champions League is the experienced players stepping up. You've got the likes in this box here of Willian, Azpilicueta and Pedro. Stamford Bridge, can you shut up, pal? All of a sudden, the fridge is just like, can you hear it? I warned you. You can come back on in about 10 minutes, you little rascal. Anyway, so as I was saying, the experienced players, the likes of Willian, Azpilicueta, Pedro, I fully expect these guys to get quite a lot of minutes in the Champions League, because it's a very different prospect stepping up against the side in the Champions League. To put it very bluntly, the quality of opposition is like playing against a top club every single week in the Premier League. Sometimes in the Prem, you face weaker teams and you expect to win. Valencia, they're a top 4 club in Spain. They play some very nice football. They have a lot of short passing. They don't really, as my friend Jan said in his video yesterday on the Football Therapy channel, you should go and check that out, link in the description. He mentioned yesterday how Valencia don't just attack down one side. They attack through the middle, they attack on the right, they attack on the left, and it means it's very difficult for Chelsea to tactically plan where they're going to need to be stronger and more focused. So these experienced players who have been in this competition before, they've played hundreds of professional football matches at the highest level. Players like Pedro, Willian, Azpilicueta, they're going to be able to show their experience to the younger players on a match day where things are a little bit different. It's under the lights, there's a lot more pressure. The away fans are going to be absolutely crazy. And I think these guys in particular, Olivier Giroud as well, I should have probably put him in that square as well. No disrespect intended to Olivier Giroud. Players like this are going to be really key for Chelsea with that experience in order to take Chelsea forward. Moving into box number 2, it's kind of a juxtaposition, but I've put these young players in there. And as you can see, we've gone for some sort of chemistry element onto this video. We've just put like a little, I can't remember what these things are called. I used to have them as a kid. You used to like put ants underneath them and then just use the old magnifying glass on it. We're going to see what these youngsters are really made of in terms of, do they have the maturity to not be fazed by potential crazy away atmospheres in Amsterdam or in Valencia or in Lille. We've got 3 very good teams in our group, and I've said that I think we can win the group. I stand by that. I do think we can and will win this Champions League group. However, although I don't expect there to be any issues with the maturity amongst the young players, it's definitely going to be a chance for Frank Lampard to examine exactly who it is who has made the most development in this squad and who Frank can rely on when it comes to the big games this season. For example, you've got Liverpool this weekend. If one of these young players goes out there tonight and just completely capitulates as a result of the pressure, maybe he doesn't start against Liverpool. It's these kind of things that Frank and the team are going to be keeping an eye on. Not that I expect it to be an issue. I think all of these young players have already shown a maturity that is way beyond their years already, and I feel as though in terms of the quality that they bring to this Chelsea team, there are absolutely no questions about whether or not these youngsters are actually good enough. But yet again, it's more football, it's more chance for people like me, people like you, to start to understand our team a bit more, to come up with a better idea as to what our best formation is. Obviously, we've got no Kante, no Rudiger, no Emerson. Hudson-Odoi is unlikely to feature at all tonight as well, so I fully expect Frank to see yet again another 3-4-3. So you've got the likes of Alonso at left wing back, Azpilicueta most likely at right wing back, Reece James not yet fit to start. These experienced players alongside the youngsters, I fully expect Pulisic to come back into the team today. Maybe Mason Mount carries on the left, or maybe we go for that experience again with someone like Pedro alongside Pulisic behind probably Tammy Abraham up front. These combinations of the experienced players and the young players are the best way I think that Chelsea are going to get out of this group. So point number 3, and despite my optimism about Chelsea's chances of getting out of this Champions League group, it is absolutely essential that we pick up maximum points at Stamford Bridge. The atmosphere under the lights at Chelsea, if you've never been before, I fully advise you trying to get yourself to a Champions League game if you can get the tickets, or if you're planning on one trip to come over from another country, be it the US or India or wherever you may be from. If you can get over to Chelsea and get yourself a ticket for a Champions League night, it is absolutely special. One of my favourites that I remember, which sadly it always ends with like a bad story, but Chelsea beating Dynamo Kiev at home in the group stage in December, just before Jose Mourinho was sacked for a second time. There was an atmosphere at that game that was absolutely spine-tingling, which is quite a weird thing to say from an atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, because slightly underwhelming compared to what we'd want it to be. But the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge sometimes can be absolutely electric, be it for a big game or a derby. But Champions League nights, there is always something special. You've got the away fans who come over from Spain in this case, and they're going to make a load of noise. Valencia away fans, last time we played Valencia in the Champions League, we all know the statistic now. Whenever we get Valencia, we get to the final. So, you know, maybe that video I made wasn't so crazy after all. You can see it on a card on the screen at some point. But Chelsea have to win these home games. A trip to Amsterdam, Valencia away, the Mestalla Stadium, it's a very hostile atmosphere. Lille away isn't going to be easy as well. And if I bring it back to point number 2, with these young players, it could be quite intimidating. And I don't think it will be, but it could be. So we need to win these games at home, use the atmosphere of Stamford Bridge, use the momentum of the occasion to carry us through. Frank Lampard as Chelsea manager, he knows what these Champions League nights mean for the fans. They know what it means for the football club, and he's going to be there. And apparently he called a meeting with some of the players in the team hotel last night just to prep these young players about what it means to play in a game like this. It's the Champions League. It's the holy grail of football and the club football world. It is a huge competition. Everybody wants to win it. We've won it once and we won it again. I always get like this croaky voice first thing in the morning. It's annoying. So point number 4, and I think it's important to focus on tonight's opposition. As I said at the start of the video, they've got a bit of a problem right now in terms of they've got rid of their manager. They've not made the worst start to the season ever. I'm not entirely sure about it. I'm sure there's articles. I might link something in the description if I find something good that explains what's going on at Valencia. But in a nutshell, they are in a bit of a moment and it's not a good one. And Chelsea need to capitalise on this tonight. However, with any European team, there are always going to be players and strategies that we need to watch out for that we won't necessarily have in the Premier League. Now, Valencia play a very nice, short, passing style of football. They like to keep possession, they like to get rid of the ball quickly, and as I've said already, they attack down the left, the right, and the middle with 2 strikers, Kevin Gamero and Spain's Rodrigo, as their 2 strikers. Now, you partner this with the worrying Chelsea defence, Valencia are going to be a force to reckon with tonight, whether they're in turmoil or not. Chelsea, on the other hand, have got an extremely strong attack as well. You can see on the screen right now, I've gone with Kepa, Zuma, Christensen, Tomori, Jorginho and Kovacic, with Alonso and Azpilicueta in the wing-back positions, moving forward with Pulisic, Pedro and Tammy Abraham. Not dropping Mason Mount due to bad performances, dropping him due to resting him for the weekend against Liverpool. Bring him on for the last 30 minutes. Hopefully by that point we've won the game. But Valencia, they are always a difficult team. Their fans, as I've said before, they're going to be crazy fans. I fully expect that. They were brilliant when we played them in 2011. They're a team that can counter very fast. If we take a look at their left back, Jose Gaya, he's a player that Chelsea are particularly interested in right now as either backup for Emerson or replacement for Emerson, which I definitely wouldn't agree with. At left back, he's pretty quick. He can get forward, as can their other fullbacks on the right-hand side as well. You've also got the familiar face in the middle of Francis Coquelin, who, now that Eden Hazard's gone to Real Madrid, I think he'll be slightly less nervous about a trip to Stamford Bridge after Eden stuck him on the floor a couple of years back. But Valencia, despite what's going on off the pitch, I'm sure their players are going to turn up and try to deliver for their fans tonight to get themselves a result away at a Chelsea team who are conceding goals for fun. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about Chelsea versus Valencia tonight. Tried to keep the preview a little bit shorter for you guys. I know that we've all got stuff to be getting on with our day, but be sure to come back to the channel later on this evening. I'm going to try and get the video uploaded at around 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock tonight. The match vlog from Chelsea versus Valencia. Going there with Lawrence, and I'm also going there with Nissan tonight, which is going to be fun. So yeah, expect the match vlog later. Thank you for watching. Thank you again, as I said at the start of the video, for 50,000 subscribers. The growth of this channel has blown my mind. I didn't expect it to go this well and to move this fast in such a small period of time. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, be sure to do so, otherwise you'll be missing out. Chelsea career mode, it's only a couple of days away now, so stay tuned for that one too. My eyes, I'm so tired. It's currently 8 in the morning. I've literally woken up 15 minutes before recording this. I'm gonna get up to London and get this match vlog recorded, and see you all later. Goodbye.